I'm just gonna get
What time we got?
529er. Yeah, I don't have one with the other roads.
Oh, you guys figure that out.
Oh, I don't have one. You found it either.
Can you resend that? He doesn't have one. You don't have to do it now.
Yeah, and I looked, I don't see it.
Yeah. What we got?
We have 5:30.
All right. Well, let's meet in order. Pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Norm was unable to make it tonight, so you're stuck with us. Item number 2 on the agenda, review the select board policy. I'm not going to read it. It's up there on the table. The notes just sum it up. Please raise your hand if you have a question. Wait to be called on and be nice to everybody. Adjustments to the agenda. The only adjustment I know of under new business, we've asked the rec center to be here. So before we start talking about the RHU 24 adult education lease, I'd like to talk to the rec center just for a couple minutes. Now we've got approval of prior meeting minutes. I move that we approve last 18 minutes. All in favor? Rick? Matt? Treasurer's warrant. With Greg and I have reviewed the payroll and the treasurer's warrant, so I move we approve the payroll warrant for 5/22. In favor? Okay, approved. AP warrant. I move we approve the AP warrant. Approved. All right. Okay, new business. And Cynthia, and thanks for Don. Yeah, I know Don. I just wasn't sure if Don was being official representation or not for the.
He is our friend.
And we've actually asked, we've got on the warrant the $20,000 that's been going on for years and going on. Yeah. And there was an issue that came up a few weeks ago, and I apologize for the dates. A request was made for a candidates assembly or a debate forum to be held at the rec center. And it was apparently approved and then denied. And we were asked as the select board and from taxpayers, why was it denied? And I don't have an answer. So we were looking to provide some insight on what happened.
After a meeting, which week was town meeting?
Well, before we get into that.
Okay.
Since 1958, our bylaws have strictly said the rec center cannot sponsor political or religious meetings. And that has been sort of skirted in the past by allowing sponsorship by our tenants, the library and the historical society. If they want to sponsor something, we're not involved, but we allow them to go ahead. Now, really about to get into it, 5 times in 3 years, we've had occasions where town Sullivan's meeting, town of Sorrento meetings, candidate forums have been terribly, terrible behavior. And so we started a policy that said we're not going to allow a meeting of that sort unless there is a police officer involved, or we get a waiver of liability with a real insurance company that holds us not liable for injuries and damage caused by that behavior. And none of those conditions were met.
Does that mean that the town will no longer have the town meetings there
Oh,
either?
Yeah, that's part of the agreement between the towns, is the towns get to use the facility.
Right.
But this was not as we understood it, town sponsored event. We asked who was sponsoring it, and we got.
Okay, yeah, all right. In your write-up that's gonna go out in the yearly report, it specifically says that it supports candidate forums in the write-up that will be at the town meeting, the town budget. Is that gonna be adjusted?
Candidate forums, as long as every candidate is represented and it is sponsored by someone. Like, as long as the American Revolution, library, the last candidates forum we had was sponsored by the library.
Okay,
Yeah, it was so badly, the behavior was so bad in the audience that the library swore they would never do it again. And they have membership on their library board from the Woodman voters, and we got blackballed by them too. They don't let it.
So our policy, we do not, well, Graham Plattner contacted us about doing an event at our facility, and I said, is this a political fundraising event? And she said, yes. I said, no, we can't. If it's political in nature, no.
I mean, it's your guys' deal to run. My recommendation, is this policy written up that you can hand out to people somewhere? Because this is all news, and I think it was news to the candidates that were trying to do it, and none of us knew this in advance. So,
Well, it's been in our-
The meetings,
I mean,
yeah.
The basic prohibition has been in the bylaws.
okay,
It's our job to protect the building. And I'm not going to have people coming in and being disrespectful to other people there, but to the point of pushing and shoving, and somebody might get hurt, and it would be our insurance that would be like.
Sullivan, candidates forum moderator, Myra, she was absolutely reduced to tears by it. She just so lost control of it that she swore she would never do it again. And a meeting before that, Harvey Kelly was so aggravated as the moderator, we had to have the EMTs send him an active meeting. His veins were sticking out like this, he was bright purple, and that's why we got the AED defibrillator, because we thought he was going to die right there. He was so irritated by the crowd.
was that a town meeting or?
Yes.
Okay, again, that's where it's doesn't flow right for me. You said we can do town meetings, but then you said it doesn't work right if you're worried about people, but town meetings, it occurred at one
Well, the
time.
town we've got an agreement with the town that they will provide a law enforcement. And if that, it's the meeting is on you guys.
Okay, I see what you're saying. I'm saying, okay, got it.
The town had sponsored this candidates event.
Right.
It would have been fun.
All right.
But because we had no sponsor, nobody that would take responsibility insurance-wise and have a constable, and I mean a licensed constable, not someone just appointed as a constable.
Right. Okay.
We can't do it, yeah.
Okay,
So that's,
And the last time we had a Sorrento meeting there, chaos to the point that they called the police themselves. They had signed a liability waiver saying we won't provide a cop because we'll indemnify you if anything happens. And it got so out of control, they ended up calling the sheriff anyway.
okay. All right. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Any feedback? Okay. All right, on to the RSU 24 education lease. You want to give us a quick overview on that? Just-
We have, it's basically, it's the same agreement with same agreement in the first year. The second year has a revisit come this time of year to see if any adjustments need to be made based on utility use and or any other needs.
So is this the same? So they're looking for a 2-year lease.
Mhm.
Is this the same dollar amount that they've been paying?
Yes.
So we don't and an extension with no increase to the lease price.
No extension for the first year with discussion on increase in the second year,
Okay? How long have they had the lease in place?
2 years.
No,
Oh, since they started?
yeah, how long has it been?
I don't know how long they've
I
been.
mean,
having the
before
building.
your time
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah.
And is this, where'd the rate come from?
The increase from the time before, when I got here, the increase is based on increases in utilities. That hadn't been carried forward prior. So it was it was to make sure increases in utilities were being shared amongst the RSU and not just the town alone.
Okay.
And one of the things was, if you look at the back couple of pages, the map on it, the very last page includes the basement. That was one of the last time the lease was redone. It was all the point about, well, they used the basement, it's not included. So we included it in the last one. This time I went over, I refreshed the map, so it was something more legible than it had been prior. Because the last one was basically the emergency escape plan that was inserted into the lease, and that shouldn't be the layout of the building.
Don't understand why the lease rates don't increase, because I'm sure our costs increase.
We actually this year we kind of maintained. So
Well, the plowing costs are gonna increase.
yeah, but we have to provide that for them or us or anything. It's about what's there. I mean, when they're here, they're lights and heat. So if it's just us here, we still have to plow the whole parking lot. What do they add to our cost in the building?
No, that's a good point.
They add just those two.
Yeah.
Bro. Yeah. So if they weren't here, we'd still have to plow the whole parking lot.
We wouldn't have to heat it.
Yeah, I don't know how we'd shut that. Well, guess we could shut that piece off. Yeah.
Turn it down.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But in their lease, it does say keep to 62 at at night. They do lower. They have been very
Yeah.
good about that.
52 degrees every day from leaving the building.
Yeah.
All right, so leases for rooms, that, the terms should be validated prior to June to determine. All right, I guess I'm okay with it. I want to spend some more time and look at it and find out. This is kind of tight time frame. So if we don't sign it now, we have to wait to be running without a lease starting July 1st.
Mhm.
What do you think?
Well, oil hasn't gone down. Heat and oil.
Mike, did you have a thought?
Well, I got a little history on this, and I don't know when the last time that they actually paid an increase, but there were several years before I got on the board and before that, they not paid any increase in what they were paying to rent the rooms.
Mhm.
And they had actually started using more parts of the building than the original lease. So I don't know when the last time that they really got an increase other than utilities.
Right.
I think it was
Years
after you left.
But was it a decent, because they were really,
It was a massive increase.
because they were really cheating us out of it.
Yeah, it was a massive. It was like a 25% or 30% increase.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here like 7 days a week. I mean, guys, weekends and, people are in there.
No, on the flip side, I'm glad it's being used as
Right.
part of the community and
Right.
it-
Get
it's
something
good.
out of it.
Yeah, get something out of it, but yeah. Problem is we don't have a lot of time here.
And the other thing that had come up the last time the lease was getting renewed was if they pulled, who would give you $30,000 a year to rent that end of the building?
Yeah,
So it's like, what does it cost and what do you get back? So you still end up turning a profit on it.
Yeah.
Regardless.
I guess I'm okay with looking at it, but I want to, for now, but I would certainly like to see come on, next year.
That's why the clauses are
Yeah.
there.
So before next year,
January.
we start looking at it and see, I want a history of
Mm-hmm.
what they started with, what the increases have been over time and everything else, because it's.
Yeah, because when I approached it like that last time, it was a little adversarial. Because it was, I said, hey, we got to renew the lease, and you know, everyone was ready with riot shields and baseball bats. And like, whoa, 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 whoa. We're going with data. This is a data-driven decision. That's what we're doing. And they were like, oh, okay. Because they were looking at another 25, 30%. And they got a little nervous and jerky, and I don't blame them. When it was, no, no, no. Here's the deal. If that's adult ed on the RSU shares the cost, not just us. Oh, that made sense.
Yeah.
We move on in life.
I'm good with. No, I'll just give you one to do it.
Yeah, you just do the one.
Yeah.
Because then I would just forward it on to Michael Eastman. Because outside of the board, the only other required is Michael Eastman.
Yeah, needs, that to notarize it too.
Yeah. That's a requirement they have, not us.
You talk to Mike Eastman, ask him why the TV facing the Pumpkin Road is on 24/7. I go out there every day, every night, and the TV is on.
Different subject. We can talk
Okay.
about that before comments. I get it, but we can hit that later.
What's that?
I think you need a motion for that.
For that.
Oh, for that?
For that.
Okay, I move we approve the RSU 24 leave. Greg,
Good catch. Thank you. Yeah, that puts us into old.
okay, old business, animal control issues,
So the issue
the issue.
being Nicole Rediker, who had replaced Dan McKay after he left. She has
Clearly,
quit.
I have trouble hearing you.
No,
His voice is okay. You want to look so good. Clearly.
he has the lower octave,
Yes.
you know, the ACO quit with, I don't know how much notice,
That's-
but quit. So the Hancock County Sheriff's Office is covering in the meantime.
Right, this.
Oh, she quit?
Guys, this isn't a
Yeah.
conversation. This
No.
is just Ray going. Just
Yeah.
hang on a minute with your comments
Yeah.
back, please.
She has quit. She has resigned her position. We were notified by the Sheriff's Department because they will be filling in the meantime.
Okay,
So my question for there is, who do I contact if I need that? Is that just?
you got your pencil? I'm gonna give you a phone number right now.
Here,
And what happens to all of the violation information collected
Here,
over?
actually, second, there it is.
there you go.
Perfect.
Take that, you can have it.
Maybe back you can because they disappear enough.
All right, so,
So when the county hires a new person, we will be notified.
Yep.
And we'll take it from there.
you're gonna update the website?
Yeah, I'm gonna update it with the information from the sheriff.
Page,
Mhm.
Okay, very good. Town property mowing,
I'm still asking, what happens to the data?
we can wait at public comments. We're not taking comments on this right now. We'll get you a chance later. We'll get you. Town property mowing.
Waiting for a proposal.
Okay,
Here we go.
Alewife contract.
So I'm gonna work with, since we have a couple of years
Yeah.
to work on this, I'm gonna work with Alan to make sure that not only changing the period of it is, not that it's just okay, but if, because there's other documentation that go with this. We talked about, could we change the time when you have to stop doing alewives? That's dictated by law. So I want to make sure how long can the contract be?
Yeah.
Other towns do it yearly, some do it in chunks. I want to know, is there a limitation to the chunk?
Just let me review a second. He requested that we extend his contract. Okay, so that's what it is. And
Yep.
before we do any of that, I want to see what the contract is. But
Yeah.
his contract doesn't expire till 2028. Remember, we talked about it last meeting, and you had some insight on, I have no insight on it, so I'm trying to get smart on it. And I just assume actually wait till we have a full select board after the election.
And there's there's way many more documents that the town is tied to
Yeah,
with this other than his bid.
yeah, it's a bigger.
So I need to make
bigger
sure that
Picture. so I
all
wanna
the
make sure-
documents say we can do this, that we go, sure, do it. And it's like, oh, you can't do that.
Yeah, I don't want to do a knee jerk reaction to it. So,
We don't want to do something and have to undo it.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's just do it once.
All
We're
right.
gonna work on that.
Thing to Allies, the previous guy that did it,
Mhm.
left his stuff up there, and Alan said the decking on it is rotted, and it's liability if some kid goes on there. and
Oh,
falls
up
off.
on Thorn?
Yeah. He said it's rotted and could easily get down through it.
Yeah, liability issue, who carries that last?
I don't know, I mean, should have been removed.
All right,
Should have been removed.
you wanna follow up with Ellen on that?
Mm-hmm.
Definitely not, it's rotted.
Yeah. I'll follow up with this.
All right, moves us on to town manager reports.
So we got that,
Yeah.
but, we had a grant application in with the Maine Community Foundation for communication equipment for $8,500. We got the whole $8,500. 25,000 directly from an individual donor from the board and the other 6,000 from the board itself. So we'll be looking at, they make these, I think it's like a 75-inch. It's basically a digital white touchscreen whiteboard. I know you know what it is. That we can put an owl device on top of, and it really changes the way you can do a meeting. So instead of everybody squinting at a 43-inch TV to see what someone's presentation, you have something big, and that actually becomes the people in the room during a meeting. It's just a better way to do it. If there's any money left over, we're going to see if we can put it towards a new electric sign out in the front.
Okay.
So that's where we are with that. But that was an award. That's nice.
Okay,
ACO, I actually got a call from someone about bidding on the tree work on the roads. So
the trimming.
yeah, he did. One of his best questions that he had, he says, what he mentioned, oh, along such and such road, there's like really massive maples. I said, if you have that, flag them, don't touch them. What? You find them, flag them, don't touch them. We want to let the property owners know, hey, here's this, how we want to figure it out, and we'll take care of those. We'll figure those out. He says, yeah, I'm an arborist. I don't want to just go. I said, yeah, that would be horrible. Yeah, horrible. We want to take care of the things that are.
So he's got to submit a proposal.
Mhm.
Okay.
And we'll get that probably tomorrow.
With some questions on it. Okay.
Yep. I'll get tomorrow from him.
Okay.
And then we have the proposal from Eaton. Right now we have, this is just the Moranci. You sent me the other one, so we'll have those. I should see if I have.
Pull those up later.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we'll talk about this. We don't have to make an approval when we have the whole package as far as what to do with that.
You want to,
Is this gonna be, so are we gonna,
Well, we thought we could get a better price if we included more roads.
oh, okay.
But he's probably not gonna do any better on per ton price.
well, the per ton price would just, yeah. But the more work you have, it's the
Right.
work, it's not the tonnage, it's the labor that's around the
I mean,
tonnage.
I just sent you the latest email.
Is his expectation that we approve these all at once or?
Well, if we give them a package deal, you know, not necessarily all 3 roads, but, you know, the more tonnage, the better the price.
Okay. Okay, so then what I'm hearing then is we wait till next meeting where we have it all put together.
Mhm.
He's gonna be all right with that? The price will hold?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we move this to next meeting
Mhm.
with a complete package of everything that they're proposing for us.
Very good.
Okay, you okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, it's your deal, so I don't
No,
wanna.
no, I'd rather do some roads.
Okay.
Other than that,
Thank you.
I have, the ambulance came back from repair. The rear end took a hard hit, so. and Associated other things. That's where I'm at.
All right, that's where you are. Okay, town manager, committee reports, age friendly.
Or you can,
I think it's I don't think we have it in our packet.
Yeah.
We do have it in the packet.
It's in there somewhere.
There it is. All right,
lots of activities last month and lots of hours and lots of people served. 343 hours from the programs this month. That includes volunteers, Misty and I. Number of residents served. 326. So we're doing things, I guess you could. about 100 people?
Yep.
Give or take, maybe rough estimate, 230. With a pretty good estimate to get us close. It was a great event, and thanks to everyone that helped out. I listed the people that I had on either agendas or I knew were there doing things, but I know there were dozens that helped carry something. Really appreciate it. And even though it was pouring down rain, it was truly a heartwarming event. We appreciated everyone. Other highlights, say, probably the work Misty Gleason is doing right now, through the community connector. She is really working with a lot of people. A lot of effort for me. We got the ACAP mobile unit here, and they were busy all day long. So that was great. And so we have featured in the news, listed under ASME news and communications. So that was a wonderful event and a great way to help people. And we've been very busy with recent fire issue and helping arrange housing. Very busy. Social media, we're remaining very busy. Our connections and contacts out. And lined up for the next couple of months. So Phone Builders continues. We have the monthly meeting that's coming up Wednesday. And then we don't have one in July, but we have another one coming in August. Coffee House and Ladies at Lunch, and then Music in the Park. Any questions? Anything you guys have concerns about?
No, the only thing on the highlights, I want to thank, he's not here, but the fire chief was there helping direct traffic too. And so that was a big help. And for next year, we probably want to get that a little more structured on the traffic. Hopefully we learn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
We were discussing needing a couple of better signs for approach on both sides and
Yeah.
asking Maine DOT if we can do a slow and stop type of procedure for that little bit of time, not to stop things, but to control it better.
Yeah, but the chief was a great help with the rig when diverting traffic, so. Communications Committee, you bet.
That's me.
Yes.
So I know who reports a little crazy here. The town cry went out. Last Thursday. And social media has been pretty productive. No issues there. The only thing I want to make a note of is, just a side note, is that I won't be in office half a day tomorrow. But everyone knows I've got something going on in the afternoon, so I'm out of the office on Tuesday afternoon. And I want to call attention to Bonnie Sparks. She is working, Hugo are working on a website for the Sullivan Days and events for Parks and Rec. And you'll see the hand up that they did in your folder. And they've done a really good job of it. And that's all I have to say.
Okay, thank you. That is it. It's a pretty folder. It's not AI generated. It's a pretty flyer. Parks and Recs, I don't see any representation here. So let's move on to public comment, and thank you for being patient. So what have you got?
Yeah.
So what's your comments?
To know what happens to the violations that have been reported since she took over in October, November of last year.
Well, she worked for the county. So that number is the question you asked. So she doesn't work directly for us. She works for the county.
Did they go away? Nothing has been done
by anybody officially.
Actually, she had done some work on it. I don't know where she left it. Because she had talked to the owners and he was willing, I'm going from memory, from a
Mhm.
letter that was put out. That she sent to us. The owner was willing to get rid of it and she was trying to find homes for the animals.
That's the last conversation I had with her. She had agreed to rehome them.
Right. So my suggestion would be to call the number there and relay that information. She probably left their files with them.
But
I mean-
at the very least, the county has her records.
What the law is. After so many violations, there's supposed to be a court something. It's nothing for fines or damages or anything.
I understand that. That's not the town's responsibility. That's these guys' responsibility.
It seems like that responsibility is being pushed away.
That's their documentation that they provided us as to what to do.
Oh, I hired a lawyer
Okay?
and he's been given a demand letter for cleaning up the tree nest and, for fencing the animals and the little claims court paperwork has been submitted to him.
Okay?
So, it's nonsense, absolute nonsense to keep up with stuff. They are still out and about, especially if you're awake early in the morning to go to the bathroom, and definitely all out and about. But it's left, so. Okay.
Yep. Any other public comment? Give me just a second to reset this thing.
Yeah, let Don go first.
Go ahead, Don. Yeah. Will that be included in the proposal? Is it? Yeah. You know what the pit. Okay.
The second part of that is, if somebody finished, be taking care of that meeting, that's for them, you didn't hire to take care of the rest of the rest. So, you know, posted is do that, maybe you, right? Okay, so, it might make sense to have the same vendor.
Yeah, we'll certainly let you know. You got that, yeah, that sounds good. Yeah. Yeah, your point.
One of the comments.
Yeah.
February. Was available, so we reserved it, but it was next to be kept, you know, and that's another one of those problems with that debate.
My fault.
Okay. I think that was an oversight. Thanks.
Thank you. Sorry.
Just to make sure that they're mowing around the playground, because there's tick areas there, and real important to keep that fresh.
Well, there's a guy that mows the town property by the post office, and he does cemeteries.
We could ask him to do that. We could include that to have him say, could you do this? Because that's a smaller machine to do that thing there.
Yeah, no, they had problems with this.
No, there's problems with ticks. I had a tick in the open parking lot here. Open parking lot, so there's nothing exempt. No spaces are exempt to ticks.
Any other comments? We'll get to you. Okay.
John Keenan, can the, Sullivan Sorrento Rest provide a statement to be involved in the Sullivan Title 30 annual compliance? When the current board, just made a public statement this day, June 1st, 2026, that the recreation center does not condone Sullivan public participation on public forums since, what was it, 1959? This board that Don belongs to, is controlling town compliance making the annual meeting at the center to violate proper meeting requirements accessible to all voters in a location accessible to all voters under Title 21A, under voting. Supposed to be accessible to everyone. If you have a private organization that's controlling who can be there, who cannot be there, then that, the clerk will justify this, that it has to be accessible to all voters. So if somebody is trespassed on the property, and that's a Sullivan voter, that person is now denied access to vote at a public forum. We have a public forum there that's open to the public every year. But Don just stated that it's a private organization controlled by the board, and he just said that he controls what goes on. And if he's controlling, then that means that the selectmen are not controlling it, the clerk has no control over it, which means you cannot comply with Title 38 of the annual meeting or Title 21A of voting requirements, saying that the place that you hold your annual meeting has to be accessible to all voters, not what the board just decides. He just stated, and I understand that there's been trouble there because Don assaulted me at a meeting where I had to call the state police on Don. And I decided not to press charges just because I'm a nice person, so that Don didn't have to go to jail that evening. So when Don is controlling who can be there, who can't be there, and that's what happened when I signed up for the forum. The town has no involvement in a forum. They have to be independent of an election. So that's why I had to go away from the town property. I didn't have access. That was all understood. So I went there. I said that we're going to have a moderator. We're going to have a constable. The Maine state law says that a constable can be appointed by the moderator in a forum that is an adult over the age of 18. Doesn't have to be a police officer. Now they're putting requirements on who can be there, how they can be there, and if they're putting requirements on it, then they're controlling, their board, their organization is controlling the town government. Now, if you look up the laws on Title 21 voting, it has to be accessible to the voters, not controlled by a third party. Okay, who controls it is the clerk. The clerk controls the elections. The elections is Article 1, Article 2, Article 3. That's the clerk's responsibility. And if she cannot be the person in control, Don and this board is now controlling the clerk. So that violates the title in itself. So unless this board can say that they have total non-involvement into conducting an annual meeting, which they just said the opposite this evening, that they are in control of meeting and the conduct, and anyone that's previously been banned from the property, trespassed from the property, they have a no trespass or title on a sign on the property. So they control who can be there, who cannot be there. And if any one of those is a person who wants to vote, and who said that?
Sorry.
Hey, your time was up. Be quiet. No, I'm reclaiming my time, whether it's a second or two. You have no right to speak when I have the floor. Stop.
What is going on?
Can you just tell him not to interrupt?
Yeah, please don't interrupt. And John,
And thank you.
go ahead, take another 10 seconds.
Okay, and I am just gonna give these questions to the clerk and the selectmen. to answer the legality questions on Title 30A and Title 21A under voting,
Okay.
accessible.
Thanks, John.
You're welcome. No rebuttal, your time is up.
This is,
Go back now.
hey,
This is the,
John, please, John, Don, let it go, John. Okay,
I have been very misquoted here by Mr. Keene.
Don, that's fine, understood.
Okay,
You want your 5 minutes?
Then I get 5 more minutes.
All right, no, we're not gonna do this.
Please don't do it.
No. All right.
wait. I've been slandered here. I want to rebuttal.
Well, get a lawyer.
John, enough. Thank you, appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right. Board comment. I didn't have any comments. We went over a couple things, trailers on Moose Lane, you're gonna call the gal.
Yep.
Um,
Lynn's all over that.
Yep.
Reaching out.
your wife proposal.
Yep.
That's it. All right,
Excuse me.
action item list. We pretty much hit everything. Did you have anything, board comment, action item list? All right, under move to executive session pursuant to 1 MRSA 4056F to discuss confidential records.
Was my motion?
I move that we move to executive session. All in favor? All right,
Thank you very much.
thank you.
Please let us know if that worked. No. So does that.
It's the fur,
Okay.
the fur on them.
I saw them in action elsewhere, and I really.
Some of these.
More action.
Yeah.
Are they getting in it?
I hear conversation, but probably.
Care what they do.
Alright.
Right, I move to return to regular session. In favor? Yep. Okay, executive session actions. We made a decision on where to allocate some excess funds that came in to the town. And on that, I move we adjourn. All in favor? Roads and maintenance.
No, not allocate. It's move to.
Oh, move to, allocate, move to,
Allocate would be take.
yeah.
I know you. When you said, I said, I know.
Yeah, we got some extra funds on, it's executive session, technically I shouldn't be talking to you about it, but I'm not giving you any details, it's like $3,500. We
Oh,
got,
well, you just said the results and then,
yeah,
so.
yeah.
And that's what it is. It's not appropriating.
Yeah,
pudding.
so the town got a couple extra.
It's a
funds.
give, not a take. But I saw it. Use the proper words. Thank you, John.
All right, so we're adjourned. All right,
Um,
thank you.